Red tide rolls in a cold breeze, steel boots on the sand, no ease. Propellers hum the Soviet quest, but the island ain't weak, not less. Hot tanks roaring loud and clear, zombie hula girls, no fear. Tiki terrors rise, eyes ablaze, Soviets drown in the island haze. Island don't surf, island don't win, Tiki terrors won't let them in. Hot tanks make the ground shake, zombie hula girls, hearts won't break. Under moonlight chants they clash, steel meets flame, bones will thrash. Cold War's heat, the island's grip, Tiki rage will never slip. Drums beat, wild waves take hold, Soviet shiver, hearts turn cold. In the depths of night they sail, Tiki terror's ancient tale. Island don't surf, island don't win, Tiki terrors won't let them in. Hot tanks make the ground shake, zombie hula girls, hearts won't break. Hearts won't break.
Howdy, it's your old pal, Tiki the Hut. Yeah, I'm back. I know I was MIA for a while. Matter of fact, I'm slowly getting used to streaming again. Hold on, let me fix something I see going on. Give me a second here, guys. Don't have my mask on. As you can tell, it has definitely been a while. Gotta fix all my audio and stuff like that. It's definitely been a while, guys, so if you guys don't mind bearing with me a little bit, we're gonna actually work on our Ho-Ha, one of the things we left off on. So I'm pretty excited to catch up on that. I have been crazy busy. Hope everybody else has been doing well. I have been insane adventures. I'm talking been doing a lot, but I'm finally back to where I have a little bit of hobby time, so I'm trying to get back into the streaming. I wanted to do that first before I did anything else. So you know, I'll be back at the normal times, you know, Saturday and Sunday, except I'm kind of reducing some of the times. Okay, thanks. I'll adjust that here. Hold on. There you go. Hopefully, let's see if that's a little bit better. I've been doing different types of recordings. I've been messing with a lot of the gains and stuff. All right, there we go. My Tiki mask is back. All right, cool. We're good. All right. All right. All right, so it's been absolutely bonkers, but I'm happy to be back, and I'm jumping right back in. I need to finish my vow. It's due by the end of the month. I gotta finish this Ho-Ha, and I gotta paint a couple more tanks. So we're gonna kind of just hop right back in, see if I can remember how to paint a model Yes, it's been I think it's been like 2 months. Usually the spring is my busy time, but this winter's been absolute shenanigans. Man, my mic is quiet. All right, let's see if that's a little bit better. Rather been a little bit too quiet than be a little bit too loud. Hey, what's going on, Painting Games? Man, so I work as a contractor and I assist the U.S. federal government, and so last 2 months I've been super busy. Ooh, there we go. I think that probably sounds a little bit better. Alright, sorry about that. Slowly getting back into everything. It's certainly been a long time. It's like dusting off cobwebs. What have you guys all been up to? Francois, Painting Games, definitely been a while. Yeah, there's a new intro song. I actually made a couple different songs while I was gone. It's a little bit easier to work on. Looking forward to posting those into videos. I'll actually be making a second channel. Hey, what's going on, Bad Rabbit? Bonsai, buddy. Second channel will just be strictly for like Fallout stuff, like Fallout, Gaslands, Mad Max, stuff like that. Before I get started on the Ho-Ha, let me finish off this tinker. But chilling, drawing, painting, home remodeling, nice. Yeah, I had to travel around and do a lot of inspections on trains, ships. Luckily, not aircraft. I mean, I had to fly around, obviously, but that's outside my jurisdiction. But I did a lot of traveling over the winter. A lot of reading, not a lot of hobbying, sadly. I was supposed to meet up with a pretty big channel when I went out to California to Sacramento. Unfortunately, he was in the process of moving, so we weren't able to get a game in. It's a shame, though. It would actually been a lot of fun. Alright, so this is just one of the Chihas we built, and as you guys know, I kind of like to put these samurai helmets on top of like my Imperial Japanese officers. So I use it more for Conflict 47 than bolt action. If I can get this camera to focus a little bit better. There we go. It's been out of service for a while. It's like, what are you doing? The machine spirit is not amused. Well, I appreciate Paint Game, but no need to worry, man. I try to put updates, you know, I let people know that I was okay. No, I do a lot of traveling, so. I appreciate the thoughts, but yeah, no need to ever worry. I stay safe. But I have a whole bunch of videos, pictures, scripts. I've been busy like creating. I've been busy laying down the groundwork, just not creating, if that makes sense. There you go, sorry about that, I missed the spot. I had to prime it real quick. We'll give that bad boy a chance to dry. Ooh, when I'm hungry but nothing sounds good. Honestly, if I'm hungry but nothing sounds good, then I'm usually not hungry, so I'll just have like a cup of coffee or something like that, or maybe like oatmeal. I know it sounds pretty boring, but... Or, I said worst case, just like a BLT. You know, grab some lettuce out of the fridge, a little bit of bacon, a little bit of bread. Easy peasy. Yeah, Paint Game. Yeah, I actually have a video doing a this is supposed to come out way back in like December, talking about the Start Collecting box for the Imperial Japanese and like what all you can build with it. So that thing's super late. I have another video, kind of like that narrative bat rep, but more like actual turn by turns. You can see how to play it. And I recently played I say recently, like a couple months ago or a month ago, I played a bolt action game against some buddies out here in Florida. So. I've been working on a new channel army. I'm pretty excited. I use it mostly for bolt action, but also just Conflict 47. It's very Indiana Jones, like treasure hunter, pulp style themed. You know, imagine like the Mummy, you know, the Rick O'Connell, or you know, Indiana Jones, or Tale of the Golden Monkey with Jake Cutter. And also, it's got a lot of like Crimson Skies stuff in it. That's where a lot of the paint schemes come from. So it's kind of like Air Pirates, you know, kind of like Monuments Men, but I can use them either as good guys or bad guys. So they're either trying to preserve treasure or trying to steal it, you know. So it's an American Airborne Force. I'm pretty excited for bolt action. Building the planes is a little difficult. Now I gotta paint them. Hey, Matthew, long time, man. Long time. How's it going, brother? Yeah, I know it's confusing because I say I do it on Saturday and Sunday, and it's because I start at 2 a.m. To me, in my head, I start on Friday, even though I start Saturday at 2 a.m. I had to reduce the hours. I just do it 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Eastern, mostly because my schedule shifted. I actually work a mixture of days and nights. It's kind of crazy. A lot of overtime, but very crazy schedule. Ugh, dudes. You know I'm not a fan of snowman. You can keep that paint game. That's all you, buddy. Alright, I think I got the mic volume finally situated. You guys let me know if the mic volume is too loud. I've been trying to, I've been doing different types of recording, so I've been messing a lot with the gains. Like I said, I'll be starting a second channel. The only reason why I do it, like I said, you guys know the stuff's never for monetization, so I never really care about that. I just like to keep my genres separate. That way someone who's subscribing for bolt action isn't getting, like, notifications for Fallout stuff unless they're into it. My second channel is going to have all the Fallout stuff I've been working on as well. I have a good buddy that, you know, we've known each other for a long time, and we've both been huge Fallout fans. We've kind of been chit-chatting and filming a couple podcasts on that. So I have some other stuff on that channel. So how is the volume? I'm trying to work on everything. Yeah, man, everything's going well. I've just been super busy. A lot of traveling. I don't know if I can boost it any more than I already am. Let's see what we got here. That may help. Hey, Nathan, what's going on, buddy? Nathan, man, I've been loving the videos, been loving the streams, man. Yeah, I'm finally back to streaming. My schedule has slowed down a little bit. I stopped traveling, which is nice. I thought all my adventures were done, but clearly not. I had some hilarious misadventures during my travels. As far as painting this, I'm just going to kind of, because I still have to do the stripes on it. So I'm going to try and just take it piecemeal to see how I kind of want to, because I haven't painted anything in a long time, so just kind of paint what I want. So I'll start with the dark green. It's going to be their helmets. That's going to be the ends of the lunge mines and maybe a few other things. But I'll definitely be doing the stripes in green. No slipping on banana peels. No, I had different misadventures. It was a lot of fun, but I can honestly say this: after traveling almost for 2 months, you haven't taken a long travel somewhere, go ahead and do it, man. I felt like the world had changed since like smartphones, like there wasn't crazy shit out there anymore, but I was totally wrong. There's still some adventures to be had out in that world, so I highly recommend you get out there and travel. Doesn't matter where you go, just go somewhere different. Yeah, you guys have to bear with me. I totally forgot how to. Not that I was gonna get that in the first place, but I totally forgot how to stream. I had to remember how to do like polls and stuff like that, and remember to paint and view the camera and all that fun stuff. But on the fun side, like I said, I think YouTube finally lifted my ban. I wasn't shadow banned. I was legit, like, I had a strike on my record from trying to do that that Fallout radio thing super early on. It was like a 24/7 stream. Yeah, they were not amused. They did not like that shit at all. So I finally got that strike removed because I had to like do their online class and then wait a certain amount of time. So that's why I'm creating a second channel, and I'm gonna actually, instead of doing like a 24/7 radio podcast, which you have to have a special license for it. That's where I fucked up. But what I'll be doing is I'll post my full Fallout radio station. I did custom voices as a DJ, like advertisement. It's the whole shebang. So it's like 6 hours, 7, 8 hours. I think it's like 8 hours for the content. So I thought it was kind of cool. I'm also working on a whole soundtrack for bolt action games. So it's gonna be copyright free music that you can play in the background when you're doing, like, you know, if you're streaming a tabletop game or something like that. It's music that has like that very like epic World War II feeling, but it's not attached to any other thing, so you're free to use it without getting like struck down or anything like that. So that's where I've been. Like I said, so because I do still have a weird schedule, I do have to reduce the hours that I'm streaming until I feel confident again, until I get like a good hang on my hours. So that's why we're just doing it for 2 hours. We're just doing it till 4 a.m. Eastern today and tomorrow. I know I used to do it 4 hours each day, but now I'm back down to 2 hours just to kind of see how it feels. You know, I don't want to like jump immediately right back in. Actually, let me try something real quick. You're gonna see the screen flash. I'm just gonna try and refresh it to see if I can get the chat working on the actual video. There it is. Yeah, there we got the chat on video. Nice. Okay. Alright, cool. There we go. Alright, I'm slowly trying to figure out what all windows I can have open again. It's a long process. Okay. During my travels, I've gotten one. Nice! Oh, yep. I hear the prices for 40K have not been gentle. My sympathies on that. Oh. Oh, well, that's never good, Francois. I hope you're safe. I hope your neighbors are safe, and I hope you're safe. Depending on where you live in the world, things like that are handled differently. I do not give legal advice or health advice, but it is generally deemed not safe for your life or for your health to break into homes in Florida. Definitely have missed painting models. I definitely missed chat with you guys. This is nice. I appreciate y'all's patience, and I appreciate you guys logging back in on the first stream back. You guys could have been like, man, forget that guy, he ditched. But you guys came back, but I super appreciate. I haven't fixed all the shirts in the store. I did add a new shirt. I added one for the French Resistance. Depends on the half track. The Ho-Ha I think can carry, I can double check for you. I'm pretty sure the Ho-Ha can carry like, I think it's 13 guys. Let me check that for you real quick. I'm pretty sure the Ho-Ha is like maybe 13. I keep getting confused with Conflict 47 because you run into like the size of units too, which is actually kind of cool. Alright, let's see what we got here. No, it's a lame faction, lame army. Nobody cares about the Germans. What we got? Take us to the best faction. Alright, so a Ho-Ha can carry, up to 13 troops. And you can mix them too. So you can't split a unit, but you can put multiple units in there. So if you have like a 10-man rifle squad plus a 3-person light mortar team, you can stick them both in the same Ho-Ha. I personally will probably never field a Ho-Ha in one of my armies. Even though I like using a lot of like mechanized and motorized tactics. The reason being is you can see it because I try to model myself accurately. Look at the firing arcs for the machine guns. You have a rear arc, a port arc, and a starboard arc. No forward-facing weaponry. Not a very big fan. So and this is an American M3 half-track that's quote-unquote captured and been converted. So when I built it almost more like a terrain piece. So this is like a command post, like a headquarters. You can tell because the heavy machine gun mount's been taken off and replaced with a radio ring from a IJA. It's gonna have like some flags up here. No. Unfortunately, that is something that Warhammer 40k can do. I say that. I think there's a new American mortar unit coming out. There's some weird trickery with it. But no, usually you're not able to shoot the mortar teams out of a half-track. There are mortar half-tracks, but as far as the mortar team, no, not like shooting at the top of a Chimera. And I just had this discussion earlier. We were talking about smoke rounds. So, in the last game I played, I think I shot 5 or 6 smoke mortars, and not a single one went off. I even kept my mortar team static so I could get like the dial-in effect, you know, so I'd be hitting on 5s instead of 6s, and I still missed every single smoke. So, in older editions and in the glorious game of Conflict 47, when you shoot a smoke round out of a mortar, on a 6 it hits and your smoke goes off right where you aimed it, right? But on a miss, you know, on a miss, your opponent gets to pick where it goes and where it shifts 6 inches. Hey, RK! Hey, buddy, awesome to see you, man. Looking forward to seeing you in person. So if you miss with a smoke round, in older editions, in a Conflict 47, your opponent gets to shift that smoke 6 inches wherever they want. Doesn't sound good, but also not bad. In 3rd edition, currently for bolt action, when you miss with a smoke round, you know, sucks to suck. It's a dud. It doesn't go off. So, not a huge fan of that, actually. But no one uses smoke anyways. But it's something I always enjoyed coming from 480k over to bolt action. I like the idea that mortars could use smoke. So I'm kind of sad with the smoke rules. The Chinu isn't bad. So Imperial Japanese armor, at least for the game of bolt action, can be a little bit difficult because it's one of those things where almost like medium to heavier tanks, and when I say medium to heavy tanks, I mean other countries' medium tanks. So other countries' medium tanks are the Imperial Japanese heavy tanks, right? And right now the Imperial Japanese don't have any super heavy tanks so far. I mean, in real life painting games, yes, absolutely, but in the game, no. But back to you, Matthew, with the Chinu. With the Imperial Japanese, you almost kind of want to keep your units, you want to keep your tanks light, only because we can't go round for round with any other armored vehicle. So we need to rely, the Imperial Japanese, they get more value points-wise from lighter tanks and more rapid moving tanks and fielding more tanks than we do taking more quality. When it comes to armor, the Imperial Japanese really need to rely more on quantity over quality, if that makes sense. The only reason why I say that, Matthew, they have a lot of really cool tanks, and there's nothing wrong with taking them thematically. If you're just playing just to build the model and just to have fun, you do you, boo. You know, like whatever makes you happy, truly. But if you're trying to say like, hey, will this perform well on the tabletop? Not so much, only because it's gonna get knocked out by something else. For the Imperial Japanese tanks, I don't recommend people go heavier than a Kaishinto, Chiha Kaishinto. Even a Kaishinto is pretty big. Taking that medium AT gun, I get why people do, but sometimes you might be better just sticking with the regular Chiha and sticking with the regular light howitzer, because you're not going to punch through anyone's armor, but you can at least pin the fight Texas Aggie out of them. So you got that going. But like I said, I'm not the be-all, end-all. I don't play near enough. And I have my own preferred style. Like I said, you guys know, I've talked to you about, I like to play my stuff kind of like the GLA out of Command & Conquer General. So, you know, I like very rapid stuff. You'll notice I don't have any artillery. I don't have any AT guns, any howitzers, no medium or heavy mortars. Everything I play is highly mobile. So that's kind of my style. I don't think it's the best style, but that's how I'm comfortable playing the Imperial Japanese, as a very, very light mobile force. So with that being said, Matthew, sorry, there's a long way to get around to that. From my perspective, if you like the model, definitely get it. Like, I think I have a couple Hagos and some, you've seen my Kamis, my swimming tanks. I had some random cool tanks, but I don't know if I ever field them, you know? But I think you can take, like, some medium tanks and really kind of mess some stuff up if you want. It's all how you want to use the tactics. Yeah. Please, maybe have some shoes. AK-47s for everyone. Oh man, I really, if I ever get into what is that, Team Yankee? You know, it's the World War III 15mm game, like World in Flames and shit like that. But if I ever do Team Yankee, I am 100% doing a Taliban force. Like, absolutely. Or Mujahideen, depending what the time frame is. I guess that would be Mujahideen. But I'm talking technicals, Toyotas, DSHKs, and PKMs up on the back. Oh yeah, all over the place, man. That'd be great. So RK, I think it depends on the nation. For the Imperial Japanese, I could recommend you taking like a Ho-Ha, so that would be like our self-propelled gun. And you could take a couple like Type 92 tankettes and some Chihas to kind of be like a flanking force. I think it all depends. It depends on the nation because so many tanks are different, especially with the Germans with their tank ace. Man. I think it really has to do with your playstyle. I know it's kind of a cop-out answer. Like I said, I don't always know the right tactic. I'm nowhere near skilled as Wood Imp. I'm definitely no bow. You know, I don't dive into like what's the most like tactically feasible thing. I always recommend, like, it sounds so lame, like one of those stupid motivational videos, but I think if you play a force that you like, I think you'll play that force better than you would play a good list. If that makes sense. Hold on, let me reapproach that. You could have the best list built for you by someone who knows what they're doing, but if you don't like the list, if it doesn't match your play style, you're not going to play it as well as a suboptimal list that matches your play style. If that makes sense. Here, I think I said it better the second time. And more importantly, you'll have a shit ton more fun. Because if you lose using an optimized list that you're not comfortable with, you just feel like shit. But if you lose with a list that you built that you like, that's your playstyle, you're like, ah, okay, cool, at least I had fun doing it, you know? Like another rule that's not super optimized is the Moto surf, and I absolutely love Moto surfing. Moto surfing is when you take a single unit, like I'll use Kimpatai or I'll use an officer, a lone officer, and I'll put them in like a light truck with a mini machine gun. That's at a regular veterancy level, so not that many points, but basically all it is, it's like a mobile machine gun team. In version 3, they shoot a little bit less, but they're also a little bit harder to kill, and it makes it a little bit more mobile. Not optimized, but I think it's absolutely hysterical, and I love doing it. Oh yeah, you absolutely have to change. It's actually something I know I get a lot of, maybe I get a lot of laughs, I hope I do, but I get a lot of laughs like bitching, you know, that the IJA is just overlooked by Warlord Games and everything. But I kind of like it. It's fun being the underdog because we're gonna be the last nation to get a new book, you know. So it's actually kind of fun because I've seen so many people who did play Imperial Japanese in version 2 no longer play them. You like try and find a video. So I think you're gonna see a few more Imperial Japanese played only because the Americans are getting new rules. So all the people who want to play Marines are naturally gonna have to play, or they're gonna want to play on battle reps against Imperial Japanese. They're gonna have to convince someone to play Imperial Japanese. So this will probably be the first time you'll start finding videos with Imperial Japanese and battle reports for version 3. That's only because the Americans and the Marines got new rules. Yeah, I think RK set up much more in a condensed and better framed version than myself. I think you're right on the money, RK. Concise. That's what I was looking for. He said it much more concise. Alright. There are the helmets. I'm going to paint this jerry can green for water. And I think I'll paint this one red for fuel. Yeah, there's an old TO&E for naval rifles, and this goes back to a little before World War II, when there was a lot more traveling. Like the Marines were busy, you know, in the Philippines and some other islands. So the Navy actually had rules where they could put, you know, rifle teams ashore, and the rifle teams similar to the Imperial Japanese Naval Landing Force, not the special naval landing force, but the regular naval landing force. These were made of ratings on board ships. So it's like a destroyer could put out about, I think it was like a platoon strength, you know. So if you actually had a squadron of destroyers, or if you had like a cruiser, like 2 cruisers and a destroyer, you could actually put out a company, you know. And different ratings had different positions in the actual rifleman squad. I'm trying to think of the name of the channel. I can't think of it off the top of my head. If I find it, I'll throw it in the chat. But he does a really good job of breaking down military organization units and history and stuff like that nature. And he covered these naval rifles. It is really, really interesting. But there was a U.S. Naval Rifle organization. It's actually super interesting. I cannot think of the name of that rifle. I mean, of that channel that does this. It's gonna bug me. The channel's name is Battle Order. He actually does a really good job. He does some cool stuff. All right, I found the video. Let me throw it in the. Yep. He nailed it. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. Yeah, and the machine gun they used was the old potato digger. I didn't use a lot of other 30 cals. When I made my fortune hunter forts, like my you know, could be tomb plunderers or tomb raiders, could be, you know, archaeologists, whatever, for their light machine guns, because their American Airborne actually went with Lewis guns. I felt like that fit a little bit more appropriate. Alright, let me get this ammo can in green, and then I think we're going to put down our blue paint and do our patented vineyard style camo. So this is the paint scheme that I do for my, at least for my Tiki tears, like my personal IJA is, I like these, oh sorry, let's hold that off camera. I like these kind of thin green stripes on a regular tan background. I figure it's good for most types of terrain, like if you're doing a Mediterranean, if you're doing North African, if you're on the beach. Not the best deep in the jungle, but still not too bad. That it's easy to do as well. I can't overlook the advantages of that. And these models over here, if you haven't seen them, these are some Imperial Japanese exosuits. Kind of the Imperial Japanese heavy infantry. So with mine, I like to put these little grass tufts on top of their helmets to kind of make them blend in. I'll be putting the same grass tufts on the side of these helmets as well, because these are American helmets, to kind of make them blend a little bit better. All right, let me get paint in that jerry can. Oh, nice, Matthew. I can't wait to see it. And my hand is perfectly fine. I was just holding the truck while I spray painted. I have no weird disease, I promise. Hey, what's going on? Mal, it's been a long time, brother. A long time. Good morning. Always appreciate you guys checking in. I know I stream absolutely bizarre hours. But like I said, I'm trying to stream. I'm trying to be here for you guys. You know, that way if you have trouble sleeping or if you're up early or whenever the time zone hits you, you know, I want to be able to be here for you guys. Like I said, I also do it Saturdays and Sundays. That way I don't conflict with Morning Glory. You know, kind of more of a, like a, just fill in the gap when he's not here, basically, if that makes sense. I apologize, guys. I'm out of practice. I'm trying to paint while also painting in frame. Man, it's awesome to see everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. I know it's definitely been a while. Hoping to start putting out some videos again as well. Got a whole backlog. Stuff I've been kind of working, you know, doing a little bit of editing here and there, saving some stuff around, just waiting to post it. I don't want to like kind of like halfway post stuff until I was fully able to come back with my schedule, you know? I don't want to say like I was gone, but I'm back, but I can only do videos and not stream, so I just kind of waited until I was able to kind of do everything. Video I'm most looking forward to posting. I really want to finally finish and post my start collecting Conflict 47 Imperial Japanese box unboxing video, because it's me unboxing the video, and more importantly, it's showing you with just the models and just the supplies you get in the actual box. Not only what size army can you build for Conflict 47, but how big of a bolt action army can you build with just the contents of the Conflict 47 box. It kind of shows you the value of the start collecting boxes. for Conflict 47, how you can use for both bolt action and Conflict 47. And also shows you the models, you know, fully painted and assembled as well. So you can see what they come. So for a lot of people who don't do models, you know, start collecting box. It's kind of an intro thing, so they can see the video and be like, okay, so they're on the sprue. This is what they look like popped out. This is what they look like painted. Okay, that's kind of cool. They're gonna paint this tarp green. I think the scrim's gonna be light green. I would love one day to be able to like live stream a full-on, you know, battle report from like Warpfire one day, or Brown Coat. That would be super cool, but I don't know if technology-wise and time-wise I'll have to be able to like fully do that. Like maybe just like put out shorts, you know, like, you know, for each turn recap. I think that'll probably be about as bold as I can get. That's a lot of setup. I feel like it'll take away from everybody else playing the game too, you know? Matthew, your dad's British Conflict 47 guy is like absolutely awesome, man. Bust out some light green for the scrim. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm a big fan of sharp rifles as well. It's pretty cool. All right. Anybody else got any armies or painting they've been doing? RK, I know you've been painting like a madman. I've been seeing your stuff. Yeah, so traditionally they were dark green, Matthew, the Snilf. I plan on doing a more like Hollywood, or I guess more like dramatic style Snilf, so I'll be doing my Snilf in dark blue, more like their naval style uniforms. And actually, to get the right bits for it, I'm actually bought a box of World War I Russian troops from Wargame Atlantic. Particularly because the officers have more traditional sabers instead of katanas or shinguntos, and the high leather boots that are very iconic for the Russian army actually work better for the Snilf, because a lot of times they had just black boots with like white spats or gaiters, but some of them just had tall black boots. So that kind of works. Ooh, that sounds cool. Early war German Air Force, nice. Field division too. Can never go wrong with some orcs. I've only ever painted one orc model, but I absolutely loved all of it. I loved building it, I loved painting it. It was a burner bomber. It's a lot of fun to make and a lot of fun to paint. As someone who enjoys kit bashing, I'm surprised I was never more of an orc player. Alright, there's the scrim painted, camo netting, and there's the green tarp. probably gonna do the Type 96 machine guns next. Then I think I'll probably move on to the Tiger Stripes, maybe. Yeah, probably. Yeah, and then Tiger Stripes just get them knocked out. I say Tiger Stripes, more like Vineyard Stripes. Some coffee. If you guys saw, I did post a, I guess another update in the post to the YouTube channel. I will be doing another game, a bolt action, actually on the 22nd. So that's coming up on the 22nd of March. I'll be headed down to Warp Fire Games in Florida, so if you guys are local or if you guys are in the area, feel free to swing by. I'll probably be there all day. I'll be meeting up with Irish, Trooper, hopefully RK, and we'll be doing, you know, a second fictional attack on Malta. So that should be a lot of fun. Almost forgot to submit my list. Today was the cutoff, or Friday was the cutoff for our lists. So I got mine in. I think I saw Irish say his list is as early as before. I did a little bit of changing to my list, only because some of the models I don't have, like, I have my Ford Air Observer team built, just not painted. And I'm like, there's a lot of detail to them, so I'm like, you know what? I was like, let me just bring some more troops. I got plenty of riflemen built, so. I do still need to build. Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, they're over here. Let's see if I can grab them real quick. Yeah. I do need to build these guys. My anti-tank riflemen. I'm excited to field them because right now I'm trying to play. Like I said, I wanted to play test smoke mortars. Not as effective as I thought they'd be. So now my biggest thing is and I can sit there and crunch the numbers. You know, I know some people do. There's nothing wrong with Math Hammer, but I like to, you know, throw the old click-clack math rocks, you know, and actually get it on the tabletop and see. Right now I'm trying to argue like, yay, more veteran rifleman, lovely. And RK, if you saw on the list, to make it more thematic, I took out the truck with a machine gun because I don't think, you know, if they land, they may or may not have been able to like steal a truck with a machine gun that matches their camo scheme. To make it a little bit more, I guess, thematic as Imperial Japanese special airborne troops, I gave them AT grenades because I figured, you know, the Type 99 quote-unquote light mine that they carried was like a magnetic mine. Real small little, not even a mine, it's basically, yeah, it's definitely not a mine, it's more like an anti-tank grenade that the Imperial Japanese carried, these little Type 99s. They were stackable, and they were like 50% RDX and TNT. Yeah, they were gnarly, so. It's not a lot more riflemen, I think it's only like 10 more. So I think it puts me up to 40 riflemen. But like I said, I'm really excited to see how the AT rifle team performs, because my biggest thing I'm trying to play test right now, sorry I got distracted guys, I was talking about it, is I want to see how AT rifles perform versus sniper rifles. I feel, just looking at the numbers and looking at the types of vehicles people are bringing, and because I play a lot of Conflict 47 where people have, you know, horrors and heavy infantry and light walkers, AT rifles are much more valuable. But I feel like I can't quote myself yet, you know, because I haven't play tested it, but I feel like in version 3 of Bolt Action that AT rifles are going to be a little bit better than sniper rifles, depending on how you're using them. Like I said, so if you're going up against like a force like mine of like all troops, AT rifle may or may not be the best way to go versus a sniper rifle, but I think as long as your opponent has some type of vehicle, I think the AT rifle is going to be super useful. Yeah, exactly, Arcade. And that seems very Imperial Japanese, just, you know, send a very motivated guy to climb on top of a vehicle and throw whatever explosive he has into it. You know, whether he lives, he lives. That seems very on brand for the Imperial Japanese. So I think you'll like this, RK. When we played our last game, I liked the way we played it. I don't know if I said we'll all figure it out. Once we set up the tabletop, we'll see what we're going to do for cover. But the way we played our last game, if you saw the board, is the only heavy cover was vehicles, whether they're destroyed or not, and buildings. Everything else was light cover. The reason why we said this, like in a city fight, it's really easy to kind of like shoot around different types of cover. And also, I like making buildings heavy cover because it gives you that risk reward. Because getting in a building when your enemy has HE is dangerous as hell. But if they don't have HE, you know, those buildings provide heavy cover, so it makes it a lot more kind of, it gives you more incentive to use buildings. You know, because right now in version 3, a building is a death trap. There's almost nothing good about them. You know, unless you're trying to like repel an assault or something like that. But, you know, if you make only buildings and vehicles give you heavy cover, that's kind of a game changer. And we're playing around with that rule, and I kind of like it. Hey, Commander, what's going on, brother? Nice to see you, man. Yeah, the Italians have some cool rules. Like, I get why I wouldn't, but a lot of people are liking the Italians. I have a little Venetian force built out, a little 500-point Italian list I want to make. I'm going to go full Carnivale Venetian, like they're going to have the mask and the tricorn hats and the capes and stuff. But, it looks like a fun force to build. Alright, there's the stock, the pistol grip, and the handguard of the Type 96 machine guns. Yes. Yes, RK. So that is one of the other tabletop games that I have that I'm very passionate about. I do have a lot of Carnivale terrain and Carnivale models. I put out a couple short videos on Carnivale. I think they're not on my channel anymore. It's a very niche tabletop game. But if you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend Carnivale terrain. Even if you just never played the game, like, it's my dream to have a full San Marco quarter like built in my house. Like how people have like train sets set up, I just want to have like St. Mark's Square. It's got a lot of history for me. I went to Venice a lot. So I would absolutely love to have that little square thing. What I want to do, RK, is I would love to do either a 500-point game or more like, what's that called? I think it's called Fire Team for Bolt Action. I want to do a Fire Team game in a Carnivale map. I think that would be absolutely epic. Hey, what's going on, Squidfist? What's going on, buddy? Huzzah! Glad to see you. Glad to see you, man. I'm back. Yeah, I know. I've been AWOL for quite some time. Finally back from all my travels, where I can consistently get into streaming again. Hopefully, putting out videos soon. Right now, I'm doing the thing that Morning Glory does not do, and that's called painting a ho-ha. So. You guys see me shaking and banging my paint pots. Yes, I do still use Citadel paints. I don't think they're superior to anybody else's paints. It's just what I'm used to and what all my models are painted as, so I don't want to convert. So when I touch up my models, I already know what kind of shade everything's in. Yeah, there's a few Citadel paints that I really like, especially like their Stirland, like Battle Mire's good. I use that for a lot of like my zombies and stuff like that. I love their, it's not speed paint, their contrast paint, but their snakebite leather. I absolutely love the way that comes out. Yes, they shall. Yeah, I am back, and I'm here to be doing the bonsais. Like I said, I work weird hours, so like I said, sometimes I'm mid-morning stream, sometimes I'm not, just because I gotta move around, because I'm doing different shifts. But I try and be there as much as I can. try to bring my Abaddon black paint back to life. I think it dried out while I was on my travels. Is it called Abaddon Black, Chaos Black, whatever the name is these days? Damn, name changes. Alright. See if I got fixed at least a little bit. I'll have to order another one. I thought I'd sealed all my paints before I left. Maybe I didn't. Rookie mistake. Let's see what we got. Thanks, man. Yeah, this background music, it's on the it's available on my YouTube channel as well. It's my own background. I made it with Suno, like AI. It's my own stuff that we don't have to worry about like anyone's copyright infringement. Same thing. That's why I changed the intro song. That way I'm not using anybody else's stuff. You know, it's all stuff made by this channel. That way no one freaks out and sues. Once we get the machine guns done, we'll put down the tape and start with the stripes. Nice. You know, I think I actually do have an extra surfboard. I'll probably put a surfboard on the Halftrack. Oh yeah, you know what? Thinking maybe I'll put a surfboard on it as well. Maybe. I did put surfboards on my two Imperial Japanese Navy swim tanks. That was really cool. Cutting out the fins was the hardest part. Finding a 28mm surfboard was not easy. Sorry, I keep forgetting that thing on camera. What a rookie. That's true. Official Florida Man legend. I actually almost did gain actual Florida Man status on my trip to California, but that's a story for another day. Some people on Morning Glory's channel heard the story. I was talking about it a little bit. One of the hotels I stayed at was an old decommissioned 1930s paddle boat steamer. And in the middle of the night, a bunch of homeless stormed on board to get out of the wind and cold and rain, I guess. But they basically were pirates, and they stormed on board the ship and started like trying to kick people's doors in and stuff like that. So I don't know. So so I woke up to someone trying to break in my room. So I went into old school military mode. So it's a funny story. I didn't get in trouble. I didn't get any negative injuries or anything like that. So for the most part, it's just a funny story, at least for me. The police department was not amused, but it'll be a story for another stream. That shit was wild. I'll never forget one of the cops just kind of like chuckle, and I was like, "No, I'm from Florida." He's like, "Yeah, Florida man." I was like, "I guess." I was like, "No, I'm not a native Floridian, but yeah, I guess." The worst thing is, no matter what I say, it'll sound cool, but you're forgetting that I'm old and I'm fat now. Like, I'm super out of shape, and no one looks their best when they wake up. So I'm out there like Jurassic. I lost the pants, unfortunately, because they just smelled like stale piss and poor piracy. So, you know, I tossed the pants. But I had like Jurassic Park print like pajama pants and like an old like long sleeve fishing shirt. I was just pissed off and angry. The hotel didn't even comp me. I'm talking not even like a free drink or like $10 off my room. They're just like, it happens. So I was like, are you kidding me? Like, LOL, sorry someone broke on board the ship at 5 a.m., you know? Here's, like, a free mimosa. No, they didn't give a shit. Succulent Chinese meal. Oh, may he rest in peace. Absolutely not. So the idea of it is cool. It is tough. It is a cool hotel. The bar was good. If you're my height, it's an old 1930s paddle steamer, so they're not made for people above the height of like 5'8". I'm 6'1", so I had to like crouch and walk through the whole thing. No, the security is atrocious. So until things get better in that area, and Sacramento's not even that bad. Sacramento's actually a pretty nice city, but until things get better, the security at the hotel is why I wouldn't recommend it. Unhand my penis. No, it's one of those things. Like it sounds. I don't mean to make light of it, but like when I first wake up, like I'm somewhere else, kind of thing. So I was halfway into the event outside. Like I hip tossed one of them, and I was like, "Wait, where am I?" Like, what the hell's going on, kind of thing. And I started to come to my senses and realized that like, hey, I'm not in Florida anymore. And I'm like, ooh, legally this could get bad. So. Luckily, by the time Sacramento PD showed up, they're used to it, I guess. So they're like, they're just like trying to trespass these guys and get them to leave, and they're all like freaking out. And they're like, "Why are you going hands on with them?" I was like, "Cause they tried to go in my room while I was sleeping." I just want to chalk it up to miscommunication, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You know, it's like mid hip toss. I wonder how you. Picture curious how I got here. Like sitting in the back of a Impala, you know, pantsless. Like I bet you're wondering how I got here. Oh man. No, all I got was a warning. No write up, no ticket, no nothing. I just got a verbal warning. Well, like I said, I don't want to seem heartless. I know it was cold. I know it was cold and rainy because I was traveling all day by train, and the train station is a walk away from the hotel. But by walk, it's like a 15-minute walk, right? So I was walking back at like midnight in the cold and in the rain. So I get it. I know it's cold and rainy out there. I'm not trying to be insensitive to the transient population, but you don't legally get to board a paddle boat and start trying to open people's doors to get in their room and stuff. And breaking stuff in the hall and P-Way and, you know, kicking in doors and stuff. I don't know. I thought so anyways. I thought it happened to be rude. So I wanted to step outside and have a gentlemanly debate, but it's not the way it went. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to be insensitive. Like I said, I mean, ultimately, I'm a nice guy, but you know, I was like, I like to think if I pay for a hotel room with a lock, like, I should be able to lock that door and be inside that door by myself. Maybe asking a lot. I don't know. I think the part that got me was just like the comfort and I guess how normal everyone was acting. Like, yeah, this is normal. I'm like, I feel like it's not. I feel like this is not a normal thing. Like, everyone's looking at me like I was the crazy one, which, to be fair, maybe I am. But nobody was hurt, so, you know, nobody was hurt. They were only trespassed. I got more of a stern warning than they did, ironically. But nobody was sent to jail. Nobody was physically hurt that bad, I don't think. All it cost me was a pair of pajama pants. They were cool too. They were like jungle print, and they had like little Dilophosaurus's in them, and then a little JP logo. They were cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get another pair. I'm pretty sure I can find them on Amazon. But like I said, the first thing I did, in case anyone's curious, first thing I did when I got inside and I found out I was okay, is I stripped down and checked myself for any puncture marks. There were no puncture marks. And that's all I cared about. So I didn't have any puncture marks. You know, I'm back. I'm not sick at all or anything like that. That's the only thing I was worried about, was getting punctured or poked or stuck by anything. Yeah, ironically, Francois, it felt just like being back on TDY. You know, I felt like I was, except I didn't have the boys with me, you know? Felt like the old shenanigans I got into when I was like a young enlisted person, but I wasn't young anymore, you know? Like, obviously, you know, several pounds heavier. Alright, there we go. There are machine guns painted. Nice. No one bit me. No, I think the guy that got hip tossed was more surprised than anybody else, I guess. So the issue is, without going too far into the story, so I'll do like a whole like prolonged storytelling, but basically they boarded and started making noises, and so I started checking. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. You know, I'm just used to kind of respond to that stuff, so I kind of like cracked the door to look out, and that was my mistake. As soon as I cracked the door, someone tried to get into my room, so I pushed back on the door, and they pushed further into the door. So finally, I opened the door and like shoulder pushed them out, closed the door behind me, and the guy tried to run in behind me to grab the door. So I just kind of grabbed him and just hip tossed him back into the middle of the room. Because I was on the main deck of the ship. So when you walk in this big ass paddle steamer, if you were to look it up, the ship's called the Delta King. It's a hotel in Sacramento. So I was on the main deck, literally right across from the check-in. Like I'm basically, my room is in the lobby of this, on the main deck of the ship. So obviously when they ran on board the boarding ramp, the gangway, and they bust into main deck right where the concierge is and their front desk, like I'm the closest room. Yeah, honestly, I actually watched The Mummy on my train ride the next day. It's so funny, after that, the next day I rode trains into Oakland and San Francisco and rode ferries around, you know? So I was actually watching The Mummy. That's exactly what it was like. I was like, the key! Give me the key! But no, I didn't toss Benny over the side of the boat. Like I said, that's why it wasn't that big of a deal. It's not like I did some cool John Wick stuff. It was just a quick little hip toss, you know? Just because I have weight and I can throw it around. I think he was more surprised than anybody else. And I guess I didn't understand how light the guy was, because again, not being insensitive, but you know, it's a transient population, so the person was very light, and so I tossed a little bit further than I meant to, and the other guy was already like kind of running down the hall, trying to bang on other doors, and the third one was trying to get behind the desk to get where the alcohol was, behind the main desk, and that's when Sacramento PD showed up. It just amazed me how normal everybody else was, how everybody was treating this like this is like an average thing that happens when it's like 5 a.m. on a, I think it was like a Wednesday. It was like 5 a.m. on a Wednesday, and these guys are like running on board a paddle steamer, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Oh man. Hey, Gaming Stuka, what's up? What's going on, brother? But that was probably one of the best parts, is when the SPD guy was like, he's like, are you from here? Are you just staying in the hotel? It's like, because he asked, like, do you have a car parked out front? Because they broke into a couple cars, and apparently that's super common. People always break into the cars, park right outside the hotel. It's like, do you have a car out there? They break into it. I was like, no. I flew in and took a train. I was like, no, I'm from Florida. He's like, oh, Florida, man, that makes sense. I was like, I didn't say anything, but I was like, motherfucker, it's 5 a.m. in the morning. Like, what do you mean that makes sense? Like, I'm sorry. Fuck me, right? I was just like standing there, like half awake, half drunk, in pajama pants and a long sleeve, like fishing shirt. And he's like, "Oh, Florida, man, that makes sense." And I was like, "What an ass!" Oh man. But I think because I was from out of state and from Florida, you know, obviously the self-defense laws are different in Florida than in California. So I think that's probably why I was lucky enough just to get the warning. Like, mad respect to SPD. I did military law enforcement, so I get a little bit of what they go through. So let me off with a warning, which is super cool. So I'm happy with that. Nobody was hurt. No, there was no weapons. Nothing crazy. But yeah, if you want to see what it looked like, just look up the Delta King. That's the hotel I stayed in. Jesus. Well, like I said, and they weren't mean to me. They didn't. To be fair, they didn't threaten me at all. They were just trying to get into my room, you know. and he was trying to shove past me to get in the room. So it's not like he like purposely said, "Ha, I'm gonna, you know, rob you of your jewels," or "Give me the key," you know, or "You must not go to Hamanatra." I was trying to think of the name of it, you know. So what I'm doing while I'm telling the story is I'm actually tearing up my my blue tape for the stripes. Yeah, it was an absolute wild time. I forget, I finally got to my work. The boss was like, "Oh, did you travel down here with the wife?" I was like, "No, I absolutely did not." Actually, so I had this fun thing I used to like to do. I didn't do it in Oakland or San Francisco just because I was too busy doing other stuff for my security. But when I used to hang out in Venice, what I used to love to do is I take a, you know those like real cheap wallets you get for free when like people are advertising stuff, and like those real cheap Velcro folder ones, those plasticky vinyl ones. Well, particularly in Europe, and I'm not insulting Europeans, so no one in the EU freak out. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying that the euro has a similar size and color as Monopoly money. So I used to get Monopoly money and stick it in a fake wallet and keep that in my back pocket while I kept my real pocket like tucked into my, you know, briefs or something like that, kind of hidden. And so I used to go through Venice to try and see if I could feel when the can you still say gypsy or Romani, whatever the term is, to feel like when the street performers would try and pick your pocket. Out of like 20-25 trips, they only got me once. But the best part is like, even though they stole my fake wallet, I got the last laugh. So like as I'm on the train riding out of Venice, I'm just laughing because whoever picked my pocket, you know, they went to go open up that fake wallet, all there is just fucking Monopoly money. Oh god. Oh, good times. It's like, as I'm saying this, maybe I'm the menace when I travel. I don't know. But heads up for those of you who do speak the Kings. I'm speaking to the wife, and I'm definitely making plans to come over to the UK. I'm hoping to either come over for them releasing the Imperial Japanese Nation Army book, or for the release of the new edition of Conflict 47. When I'm there, I'm going to highly advertise it. I'm going to try and play as many people as I possibly can. So definitely going to swing by Warlord Games. I'm going to try and play, you know, anyone who wants to play some Bolt Action Coming for, so I'm going to try and play against everyone there. Definitely against Morning Glory. I want to have a legit Imperial Japanese versus Imperial Japanese. Maybe like Imperial Japanese Navy versus Army kind of grudge match. That would be really cool. There has been an update. If you guys look on the screen, if you see where that CATC is, right above where those two guys are fighting over the sandbag. We've actually raised $22 for the Clash of the Caribbean. I said that money is going to be that goes towards like buying pizza and drinks when we're on board. Clash of the Caribbean 25 is still going to happen. I'm in talks with Margaritaville at Sea right now. You're probably looking at October, so probably around the end of October. That's when we're going to take the cruise. We're probably going to keep it small, so we're not going to like rent a big ass room and make it a whole huge deal. So likely what we're going to do is we're going to keep it to like 500 points. It'll probably be the first 4 or 6 people who sign up for it and get a ticket will be the ones who are actually playing in the tournament. And I'd say tournament's more like an event. We're going to play, you know, right there in the library on board the ship on the smaller tables. And during the shore excursion, when you do the shore excursion, when you guys go ashore, feel free to go ashore and take the trips. I'll be staying on board the ship, and I'll be running demo games of Conflict 47. RK, there's no donating. Like I said, everything I do, I'll never be monetized. The only thing I do have, I can drop the link. Actually, I usually do drop the link. Hold on, let me bring it up real quick. I do have some merch. I'm in the process of fixing it because some of the stuff is no longer made. I have to swap the t-shirt, I guess, brands. I guess they stopped making those t-shirts. So I have to like redesign the t-shirts and drop them back. But if you want, I can drop the link to my store. Let me see if that goes to my... I think that link should go to my store. Let's see. Yeah, it does. Oh, that's cool. Cool, it works. Alright, cool. So, I actually have the domain and everything, so it is literally just tikithehut.com. That's cool. So there's stickers. So some of the shirts aren't available. I'm sorry about that, guys. I am in the process of redesigning them. The hoodies are still available. The girl t-shirts are still available. The French shirt is good. So the shirts are going to look like that French one. It's going to be that next level stuff. If you've never seen how Teespring works, the way it works is you price the stuff, and it costs a certain amount to make, and they take their cut. And then whatever you price it as, what your profit is. The profit from selling these, I use the term profit loosely, is all I set it as cheap as I can to where it still clears $1 profit. So for everything sold, like, there's surely $1 profit. So as you can see, we've sold 22 things of merch. It's not to make money. I don't pay any bills. I don't do anything weird about that. I just think it's cool to have merch out there. I'm a nerd. I think it's kind of cool to imagine somebody wearing like a Tiki hoodie is like the coolest shit in the world. So that's literally why I do it. And all the money from this, I put on the stream so you guys can see exactly how much it is. And that goes towards buying prizes and or drinks and food for when we do the Clash of the Caribbean Bolt Action Tournament, which is a tournament we're doing on a Margaritaville at Sea cruise ship. Going from Florida to the Bahamas. So hopefully it'll be the only, you know, bolt action game in open water. So. I actually have the hoodie. So I don't recommend ordering the dice bag. I gotta fix it. Maybe yours will come out well. I gotta shift the lettering up a little bit so that way. Actually, you know what? Come on. Sorry, I was muted. You actually have the dice bag. I ordered to see. So I didn't like how it kind of like cut off the writing, so I got to fix it. I got to, yeah, it screwed up the writing, so I got to shift the writing. But it definitely does hold your pin markers and dice and things like that, so. There is that. I just have to fix that, so I wouldn't buy that yet because I'm going to fix it. And some of the shirts, I thought they're kind of funny, but they stopped making those t-shirts. I just have to swap the t-shirts and redesign everything. But the hoodies are still legit. So I think there's a Surfing USSR hoodie. There's a Tiki hoodie. There's a whole bunch of stickers and shit. But for those of you who have bought stuff, I appreciate it. I've got myself a hoodie, which is pretty awesome. My wife keeps stealing it, which is not awesome. But, no, getting back to it, yeah, all that goes towards the Clash of the Caribbean. The other thing, too, is I try to be really funny on the description of the items, too. So I actually had a lot of fun. But I'm really excited about the Clash of the Caribbean. It's going to happen. It's going to be a lot of fun. The biggest thing is it's just going to be super laid back and super chill. So I just don't want people to expect like this grand, big, organized tournament. Nah, it's really just kind of like a more of a meetup. I'll have prizes, you know, that way it's kind of worth you guys showing up. I'll do a full video talking about how to actually sign up for it, what the cost will look like, and I'll be as accurate as possible with the cost so you guys know what you're getting into. The reason why I decided to do it on a cruise ship is that way everything's included. Your room, your food, your drink, like not alcoholic drinks, but like drink, food, room and board, all that stuff's already covered. You know, that way you don't have to worry about like getting a hotel plus all this other kind of stuff. And also it's different, and because it's on the Margaritaville at Sea, it's very Tiki themed. I've been on the ship, I can personally attest to it. It's for what you're paying, it's decent, it's nice, it's fun, and no one cares. It's super laid back, which is why I like it. But it should be a fun little like bolt action meetup. And hopefully, if it's popular, if it does well, we can make it a little bit bigger next time, you know. But yeah, even if we have 4 or 6 people sign up, which I'm not sure if it'll be that popular, but even if it is and people sign up, that's awesome. I'll let you know if it's quote unquote full. But even if it's full, you guys can still sign up and come on the cruise and still come out and hang out with us while we're playing bolt action, you know. And then I'll also be doing demo games at Conflict 47. But there will be prizes. Like I said, it'll be for, you know, best painted army, you know, most sportsmen, you know, the biggest award. There won't really be like a first or second place. Hey, Evan, what's going on, brother? Not bad. I'm doing that thing that Morning's allergic to, you know, painting a Ho-Ha. There actually is a shovel on this side of the Ho-Ha. Yeah, I'm painting the, I gotta paint the lunch mines. I'm gonna go back and put down more blue tape to do the stripes. I think painting the flags is gonna be the hardest part. Getting that perfect meatball right in the middle. Man, it's awesome to see all you guys in the chat. It's been a long. I feel like it's been a long time, but it's awesome catching up with everybody. As you guys can tell, I was busy. I had some adventures. Well, my adventure days were far behind me. I do need to hurry up and finish my vow before the end of the month. I'm so glad he extended it. I was like, ooh, I may actually finally fail a vow, but I should be able to get everything done in time. But yeah, for those of you guys who are in the Florida, I mean, everyone's welcome. The reason why I say particularly those of you who are in the South, like, you know, in the Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Carolinas, Kentucky, that whole area. The only reason being is because the cruise itself is pretty low cost, but the airfare, you know, flying into Florida will always be expensive. So that's the downside. I think it's a deterrent to people who live kind of far away. But for us locals, you know, it just takes out of Palm Beach. You know, so all you gotta do is just drive over there and park. It's like it literally is a 2-day cruise. So it's not very long. And should be a hell of a lot of fun. I'm excited. I've been in talks with them to try and figure out the best way to do it, you know? And I don't think renting the conference room for the first iteration is the best way to do it. I think it's better to do it kind of guerrilla style. It's kind of like, hey, we're all on board. I'm lowering it down to 500 points, that way it's easy to travel with. You know, 500 points, not that many models. $500 points allows us to play. So technically no, because we're going only to Bahama and back. You technically, as long as you're a U.S. citizen, you don't need a U.S. passport. You will need your birth certificate though. If you're a U.S. citizen, and because the ship goes directly from West Palm Beach to, I think now Nassau and back, you only need your birth certificate if you don't have a passport. I will be putting out a video, hopefully here within before April, I want to say, or in April, covering all the ins and outs and what I learned from going on that cruise. But before I recommended, I went on the cruise myself so I could test everything. Took a lot of pictures. Nice. But yeah, it'll be a short 500 point army, so we'll just get a lot of turns in. Hey, what's going on? 21, how you doing, man? Good to see everybody. I say I'm back. I know I've been gone for a long, long time. I'm finally back. All right, let me get some more tape on the bad boy. Not bad. We got the helmets painted. We got tarp, scrim, machine guns, weapons. Ah, it's not bad. Yeah, if you get a room by yourself, it's pretty decently priced. If you want to share a room with another person, I don't know, man. It's up to you guys. I'll clearly be sharing a room with Mrs. Tiki, so, you know. If you want to share a room with somebody, like another paying person, it actually gets super affordable, if that's your thing. I said I can't use a term like cheap or expensive because everyone's finances are different, you know? But for what you're getting, it's not bad. The thing I think I like the most about it is that there was no real dress. I mean, within reason. You can't wear like a swimsuit into like the chow hall, but you know, even like the fancy dining room, you could still wear a Hawaiian shirt and shorts and flip-flops. Like it's a super laid-back vessel, which I really enjoyed. And it's like the easiest milk run ever. You hop on the ship, it sails at night, you wake up and you're in the Bahamas. You hang out there all day, you sail away at night, you wake up, you're back in Florida. It's like crazy easy. Yeah, you'll fit right in, man. So yeah, all I do is I take, if you guys haven't seen this, I take blue painter's tape and I kind of tear off the cheek. I make sure I tear it on both sides so it gives you kind of this jagged, uneven kind of ends, and then I just kind of tape it down. And what you do is when you paint it, you just kind of go over the ends with your paint. You want to make sure you get plenty on the actual tape and put it on the outside. It'll create these lines, and you just kind of go back in and fill in the lines. Super easy, super fast. All right, like I said, I'm used to streaming 4 hours, but now I'm just down to 2, so I need to make sure I, you know, get more done. You know, a little bit less chit chat, more pain, I guess. But it was nice catching up with everybody. Listen, we got a little bit of work done. We got some of our tape down. So when we pick it back up tomorrow around the same time, 2 a.m. Eastern, we're gonna throw the lines down on and then cover the details, and that'll be one fully painted Ho-Ha that's not monocolored like Mortian's. So that'll be nice. Oh man, it's feel like it's been forever since I streamed, man. That was a lot of fun. I appreciate y'all's patience. I know it was gone for a long time. I tried to put out, you know, posts on my page saying where I was, but as you guys can tell, it was hectic. The paddle boat steamer misadventure was only one of the several weird things that happened on my travels, man. I swear, I'm like a shit magnet. But it's awesome. We had some old favorites in the chat. We had some new people as well. It's always awesome interacting with you guys. I know I stream weird hours, so for those of you guys who make it, I do appreciate it. Hopefully it's fun and it kind of keeps you guys entertained during these weird hours. For those of you guys who are going to sleep, I hope you get the sleep that you desperately deserve. You know, sleep is rejuvenating. For those of you who are headed to work, I hope you have an absolutely phenomenal day at work. And as always, I hope you guys stay safe, stay hydrated. Don't forget to relax today, because you're on Tiki time.
Shipwrecked soldiers on Moto sand, Type 30 rifles in hand, hula gals with sunburned smiles, no war drums, just beach for miles. Ghost park by Tiki lights, shadows dance in tropic nights, sand beneath where boots once stood, paradise ain't so misunderstood. Lost in waves and hula tunes, tiki drinks and months of moons, forgot the fight in distant lands, just surf and play with tired hands. Bunkers built from palm and hope, coconuts and crude soap, imperial dreams fade in sun, warriors turn beach bums. Shine to ocean gods we raise, praying for forgotten days, sake in the campfire glow, life's a surfboard ebb and flow. Lost in waves and hula tunes, tiki drinks and months of moons, forgot the fight in distant lands, just surf and play with tired hands. And hula tunes, tiki drinks and months of moons, forgot the fight in distant lands, just surf and play with tired hands.